So to start, I'm wondering if you can just tell me a little bit kind of about how this project came about. I mean, you've done so many different kinds of movies throughout your career, whether they be sci-fi or action, etc. What made you want to do a Dracula movie?
Uh, I don't want to do a Dracula movie. I want to make another movie with Caleb Landry Jones. And we were working on Dogman on the set, and then we were waiting for the light, and then we start talking like, what's next? What are we gonna do next? Because we want to do another movie together. So we dropped some names, like Jesus, Napoleon, Mao Zedong, Charles de Gaulle, you know, and then Dracula came on the list. And I say, oh, let me read the book again.
Mm,
So I read the book and I was amazed and I totally forgot that it was about a man who waited 400 years because he wants to see his wife again.
mhm.
It's so romantic that just this line, I said, I want to do this movie. But for me, it's much, much closer to Beauty and the Beast than Dracula, in fact.
Sure, totally, totally. And I love that take too. Kind of leads into what I wanted to ask you next is, I mean, Dracula's just been interpreted so many times over the years. I mean, there's versions where it's a horror movie, a gothic romance movie. I've seen Dracula where he's like a superhero. When you were kind of working on the script and after rereading the book, what kind of aspect of that original story like interested you most and what made you kind of want to dive in to really find your vision?
First, I think I accept the Coppola that I've seen 30 years ago, and maybe the Christopher Lee when I was 10 years old. I never seen any of them. I'm not I'm not so much interested by a horror film. I'm too scared. I'm scared. I don't want to see it. I have too much imagination. When I see an horror film, it I make nightmares for weeks. So I'm not in it. No, no, it was really about taking the essence of the movie, play a little bit with the gimmick and the codes of Dracula, but play with it. Like for example, the priest at a certain moment say, "Oh yeah, I heard garlic is working, but I'm not so sure about it." I want to play with that.
Yeah.
To it was more fun to. So I use the code, but the main thing is I want to. And then you know what? Everybody we know Dracula was here for 400 years. What do you have? What do you have? What did he do for 400 years?
Yeah.
This is what I want to tell. I want to show him at the 15th century, at the 16th century, at the 17th century. I want to see what happened. Like, how is it to be so lonely for so long? You know?
Yeah, totally. And I love all the little stuff you kind of just add into this story too. Like the army of gargoyles, those little guys, I thought was so much fun. The love potion, I thought that was a blast. This movie just kept like surprising me how much fun it was.
Well, I do, and I don't want you to. There's too many movies today. They're so they're good, but they like warm water. Like we have seen it before. It's a little better, but and I'm not very interested. I just want to cook food for you, and I want to surprise you to test and say, "Oh my God, this is good!" Like where it comes from.
Yeah, I love it. I love that. And another thing I love about the movie too is just kind of the look of it, the way you film, the way the kind of the production design with Dracula's castle and all of that. So can you talk just a little bit about kind of collaborating with the production design and the visual team on Dracula and kind of what the key ideas you wanted to the audience to feel when they enter this world and kind of look at this movie?
When I was young, I was stubborn and I want to do everything by myself. So every time someone come with an idea, I was like, no, 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 this is my movie. This is my movie. Now I'm older and I learned that you're stronger if you have to move a table. It's better to be four than by yourself. And so I surround myself with real artists. I'm not scared anymore to work with people could be better than me. So it's a bunch of artists, costume design, set design, makeup artist. The guy he's making drawings. I work with him since The Fifth Element. He's a genius, And Caleb was even integrated to the thing. Every week we have a meeting, and everybody can say everything they want. They just throw things, and then little by little, as a conductor, I said, okay, I take this. Like for example, first thing was the color, purple. Okay, good. Silk. Okay, good. Copper for the castle. Copper goes well with the purple. Yeah, good. All right. Uh, the skin, like Caleb was start to touch himself like this because he wants to feel the time. So
Hmm.
ask the guy from the makeup artist, and he come back with images of iguanas.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
We put a lot of skin here so Dracula can touch it. So that's how you build little by little. It's really a team who works every week. It's a work of an ant. It's really little things by little things. The voice. So we bring two coaches from Romania, and then they spend time with Caleb to try to find, you know, Count Dracula. How
Yeah.
can I find the voice? And they work for 4 months.
Oh, wow. Long
And then
time.
all these things together just to find the right height of the guy. Like here, how, so one week we start with certain shoes, and then the week after he say, okay, let's try like this inch higher, and then we try, and then you find the height. It's very eh, yeah, it's a work of a team really all together. It's we don't have we don't have the money of like the big studio production like Marvel and things, so we can compensate with talent and time. That's all.
Sure. Sure. And it turned out so good too. I was gonna say, I love the laugh that you came up with that Caleb does as Dracula. That took me out.
You know what he did? There's sometime we rehearse for months, but sometime there's things that he didn't tell me. So I say action, we start the scene, and he start like laughing, and he never laughed since 200 years. So he can't get out, like, but he didn't tell me anything. I was like, what the fuck is doing? And he cuts, I let him go, and then I say cut, and I said, Caleb, that's great. Like, why you didn't tell me before? And he say, oh, I just want to see if it works. So
Wow.
it's his laugh. He come with the idea, and just like everyone on the set was like,
Yeah. It's such a shocking moment in the movie because at first you don't even know what he's doing, but then
exactly, like what he's doing. And then
yeah,
you realize he's try to laugh, you know.
yeah. It's great. It's great. So Caleb is obviously great in this movie. I also wanted to ask just about working with Christoph Waltz because I thought he was perfect casting in this movie too. I mean, you look at him and he seems like he is the priest and he plays it so well. So how was it kind of working with him and what did you feel like he could kind of bring to the role of the priest?
You know, Christoph is a Swiss clock, like he's like, and he's also a director of opera.
Mhm.
So he's almost an encyclopedia. He knows everything on everything. And so it's such a joy for me to work with a guy with so much knowledge. And it's very technical. We go line by line. Someone in his family is a priest.
Oh,
So he was on the phone with the guy to verify every line, every words to be sure. And it's fantastic because he's all about work. So there's no bullshit, there's no like nothing. It's just like work. And every time we see each other, we sit for hours and work on a thing. And we love that, both of it. And for example, at the end when he killed Dracula, he has a pray that he's saying.
yeah, yeah.
And he on the rear, so, like a few months sooner, he he said a few lines of the pray. I said, God, you know this pray? He said, yeah, when I was young, I was with priest and thing, and I know it. And he said the entire thing in the front of me. And I say, take it.
Yeah.
We're going to make one shot and you're going to do the entire thing. So,
Wow.
yeah, everyone brings, it's a space of freedom. where you can come with your ideas and talents, and someone will be here to listen. And I'm here to listen. And I'm the conductor, so sometimes I say no, because I'm in charge that it looks like an ensemble. But I love to offer that to creative people, the actors, everyone. Yes, you can express yourself. Yes, you can have an idea. Go. And you know what? Sometimes the second assistant come say, Luke, I'm sorry. Can I tell you something? Say, yeah. What about this and this? You know what? That's a good idea. I'm gonna try. It's a free space, and I cherish this space because we don't have it anymore.
Mhm.
It's very difficult to protect this space. You always an executive producer from the studio coming and say, "Oh no, we have to do this and this and this." No, get out.
Yeah.